Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is full moon for the month of May tarot oracle reading. And Taurus, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Taurus, we all have a little bit of Taurus in us somewhere. If you do have your birth chart, what house is Taurus in? That will give you an idea of where this information will be most prominent for you. This is a timely reading, meaning if you're watching it at this time, it is the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it's been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then, that will give you further clarity as to the situation now. All right, we have for the underlying energy of the reading, we do have the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is talking about, well, cups are about love in tarot, quite often romantic love. But hopefully, if you're romantic love, you don't have 9 romances going at once. So it can be about other things as well. Perhaps, love for a family member or a friend or that, a pet, whatever that is. I do have my co-pilot Stella here. Her job is to sit on my lap and purr, and she's got happy feet, so she's gonna circle a couple times and then she'll settle down. So this could be any kind of love for anyone, but what this is talking about is having a lot of love in your life, being very close to achieving this. There's only 10 cups in the tarot, so this is saying, you've accomplished a lot. You might be a public figure because it looks like this person is sitting on the stage. We can't really tell, are these cups behind him on a shelf, or are they above his head now, or is this the future and he's sitting behind them? So it depends on your situation, but this is saying you're highly favored to achieve getting these 9 cups for sure. But you have to stay focused and stay in the game. And it's important that you don't get distracted. Many a race is lost in the last lap. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is the underlying energy for the what ifs. These are the what ifs in my reading. The what ifs are when you're laying in bed at night and you can't sleep and you're saying, what if they do this and I have to do that? What if I don't do that and they do this? The woulda, shoulda, couldas of life, these you have control over quite often, how you feel about that, but you have to apply yourself to control the what ifs and respond to what's happening in your life, or instead of reacting to it. So the Pentacles in tarot represent the health, wealth, and happiness in the third dimensional world. And a big part of that, of course, is money. So the Pentacles are represented by coin. This is representing the element of earth. And so Pentacles, although they are about coin as well, you could have all the money in the world and still not be living the lifestyle you want. So this is saying the Pentacles represent lifestyle. And we have the Knight of Pentacles here. He is the slowest moving knight out of all 4 knights in the deck. He just, whoa, sometimes you want to scream, he goes so slow. But when he does arrive, he does have a solid offer, and it's usually, he's done his research, etc. So this is talking about some information coming in about your lifestyle. And, it's talking about, quite often when the Knight of Pentacles brings the offer in, it can be talking about like generational wealth or legacy that you can pass down to your children. So it could be like an inheritance, or maybe you're in a will somewhere, something like that. And we have a trust fund, something like that. We do have, in the old days, the only way they had of long distance communication was with, to go by horse or by camel or whatever. They motivate whatever way that they could. And this is talking about in these days now, this information could be, or communication coming in could be through a phone call. It might be a text message. Maybe you get a letter in the mail or some documents in the mail, possibly an email from someone, or maybe you're on social media and someone messages you, and or you see an event posted and you go to it and then you meet someone in person. It's also a really good idea to keep an eye on what's happening just for a few minutes a day. Keep an eye on what's happening at the top of the pyramid, because whatever is happening with the leaders of the countries and, you know, the people at the top that are setting the trends, that is definitely going to affect everybody down underneath. So this is talking about the internal forces. Some sort of information is coming, or communication is coming in regarding Pentacles. And we do have a situation here. This is talking about how you identify with yourself right now. And this person is looking at like these 6 pentacles, and there's a 7th one here. But they're like, man, I put all this time and money and energy into this project or this person or whatever it is to improve my lifestyle, and I've gotten this 1 pentacle out of it. Like, this is a lot of effort for 1 pentacle. And so they're like trying to figure out, like, you know, normally this is someone like, this is 7 pentacles. So 7 pentacles, there's only 10 in the deck. So 7 pentacles is a fair amount of pentacles. And so this is saying, like, normally this person is used to having better success than that. So they're wondering, like, you know, where did I go wrong? Like, is there something, should I abandon this project and just take what I've learned from it and move on to something new? What should I do here? I've got to find out why it's not working. And then we have the energy of the 7 of Swords. So 7 of Swords is talking about, it's a weird energy. The 7 of Swords is my shift disturber, someone who likes to stir the pot. This is also a walking contradiction, because, like, he's got these swords. He's planted 2 and he has 5. And why did he plant 2 and sneak off with these other 5? He's on his tiptoes, and he's looking over his shoulder into the past, but he's moving into the future, and he's not looking where he's going. Now, he's in broad daylight, so if he's a thief and he's stealing these swords, he's in broad daylight and everybody can see him sneaking around. So this sometimes represents, like, he's not a thief in the night, so he could be a thief in broad daylight. This could be someone, because the swords represent the element of air, and which is your thoughts, and thoughts are written on paper or verbalized through words. This is it could represent an energy of white collar crime, like someone who's pushing paper at their desk during the daylight hours, and how would you know what they're doing there? It's that kind of energy, like forgery and identity theft and maybe money laundering, those kinds of white collar crimes. So there's a possibility of that is going on, and possibly that's why you're missing some pentacles. This energy also has is, you know, the way he's carrying these swords, it's like, who carries swords like that? I mean, these are so sharp, and if he trips, and he's not looking where he's going, so he easily could trip, he could lose his hands. Like, nobody carries swords like this. This is so dangerous. And it's kind of saying, if he's willing to be that careless about his own safety, then I'm sure he's probably not that careful with yours. So this is in your abundance and your self-worth. So I feel like, you know, there might be someone in your life that you might, you know, it could be an employee, this could be a partner, this could be a family member or a friend, this could be anyone really. But whatever their energy is not straight up here. And then we have this communication from early life. And so this is talking about all lovers, basically. So this could represent you have a new lover coming in. So if this isn't, maybe this is someone you've broke up with, and, you know, it could be that kind of energy. But you do have, because this generally means someone new is coming in, and this energy, the sun is shining on it. The sun is the actual sun card is the happiest card in the deck. So when the sun shows up in cards, it's saying that this is a happy time, and these two lovers are meeting each other. And this cloud can sometimes represent that you don't know this person, or at least that you have never had an intimate relationship with them before, but it's getting along with them and learning to, getting to know them. So, hey, maybe you, when this message comes in about these pentacles, that's how you end up meeting this new person or whatever, and it's about this. Now, this sometimes represents an energy of a past lover too, but we'll see, and we'll wait and see. You might know that already. If this is your reading, you'd be kind of like, oh, God. Here we have the Three of Wands, and the wands in tarot represent the element of fire. And fire energy is about having passion. Wood, the wands here are made of wood. Wood fuels the fire, and it is also talking about this person wanting to expand their horizon. So this is talking about having a lot of passion for what you're doing, and or something has happened and you're passionate about what action you want to take. The wands quite often represent taking action with passion, but this person is standing on this horizon and he's looking out into the future there. And this looks like sand, but it's actually just the way the sun is shining on this water. And there's ships sailing by, and he's thinking, man, I just want to go on an adventure. I want to just jump on one of those ships and get going, that kind of energy. This card for me sometimes can represent an energy of having been in a couple and deciding that you want to go single now. So there could be some sort of energy in regarding whatever this energy, that maybe you've let this energy go and there's new energy coming in, or it's just saying this was someone who was a lover in your life. But with the cloud, I mean, it could be that you thought you knew them and you didn't know them. So we'll just, if there isn't a new lover in your life, I feel like this is saying that there's going to be an opportunity for a new lover coming in. But this could also mean that the person that is the shift disturber here was a lover of yours or still is. And we have this card here, the Page. So the Pages are kind of like a younger version of the Knights. The Pages would work for the king and queen and the court when they were very young. In the old days, their lifespan was like about half of what ours is. So they would start working really young, and between 7 to 14, when however mature they were, they would the pages would run messages basically in communication within the palace walls, and just run notes, whatever, that kind of energy. So this also represents communication coming in. The pages are like each have their own element, and this page is holding this cup with this fish in it. Now he knows there's plenty of fish in the sea, but he's really got his eye focused on this fish. Like he's focusing all his attention on this. This card can sometimes represent the same kind of communication coming in, but this could also represent online dating. And sometimes this card can say there was something fishy going on in your love affair. And I feel like that might be, and something smells, there's something not right. So this could say like that these pentacles that are missing might be due to this person, and this was your lover, and you had kind of a feeling about it. And then when this information came in, you found out that he was involved or she was involved in this. Now, in the old days, the knights would always be a male, but this could be a female in their masculine energy as well, because all of the figures in the tarot are not gender specific. They're more about masculine and feminine energy. And then we have this energy here, and this is talking victory. So I feel like when you decided to become single again and leave this relationship, that's when you became victorious. And you see there's these people in the background here, and some of them look a little bit disgruntled. And these people could have been in competition with you, and maybe they had something to do with this energy here. But the Six of Wands represents being victorious and like a victory. And that these people that maybe were in competition with you in some way, and maybe you weren't even aware that they were, they have to admit that you showed leadership here. And the reason why you had victory is because you were able to rein in your emotions and discipline your mind so that you would have a good result. So that's the energy for the internal forces. Yeah, something's going on here. So let's keep going and see what else is going on. We have the external forces. We're going to check what's from the bottom of the deck for the external forces. Wow, this is saying that either there was an Empress involved in the external forces, or I feel this is more talking about the Empress energy, that you're embracing that because of everything you've learned here about life, that it's pushed you into this Empress energy, or almost into this Empress energy. The Empress is in the major arcana, but she represents like having the qualities of all 4 queens together in one person from the minor arcana. So this is talking about having, you know, the discernment that the Queen of Swords has. She has the natural beauty and the creative ability for creative solutions that the Queen of Wands has. She has, she's very resourceful and really good with pentacles and stable in that way, like the Queen of Pentacles. And also she is, which one did I, oh, the Queen of, I said the Queen of Swords, oh, the Queen of Love, Queen of Cups. She's very loving. And so this energy is talking about, like, to become an Empress in tarot, it means that you've gone through enough life experience, that you have evolved to that kind of, that you've learned all these qualities that the queens have. And this is to, or this could represent someone that is behind these external forces, that's driving maybe this energy here. We don't know quite yet. We will see. And then so we're going to take the next, oh yeah, okay, so we've got the 10 of Swords is representing like major sabotage. This is like being stabbed in the back and left for unalive. And there's a lot of calculated energy put into this to get you down in this position, and to want you to stay there. Like whoever's done this does not want you to get back up. And this can represent someone doing this for like a decade, 10 years of this. And you know, one person doing it on an annual basis. So sometimes when this comes in with the Pentacle energy, it can represent that once a year there's some sort of payment coming in that is maybe from a trust fund, or from an inheritance or something like that. And someone else is sneaking this money away rather than you getting it. You may not be aware of what this is. And this is in this is an external force coming in from the position of your partners, your commitments, and your spouse. So this energy is definitely saying that this energy here, if this past lover, I don't know if they were your spouse or not, but if you had a committed relationship with someone, they most definitely were involved in this. And sometimes this can represent like 10 different people being involved, or even 10 groups of people. It depends on how much money it is. If it's a lot of money, you know, more people usually get involved. Some people will do absolutely anything for money. This is like calculated though. This is not like kind of sorta. And the one thing about this card here is he does have his hand in the form of a blessing. And this is also the Hierophant, who's responsible for bringing justice down to earth, also has his hand in the form of a blessing. So this is talking about that energy. Now, the Fool. So yeah, this is quite often talking about an end of a cycle. Like when this card comes up, it's saying that whatever's been going on here has been, some information has come out about it, and it looks like you're victorious over this. I feel that this energy probably is you, but it could be someone that was involved with this person as well. So we'll keep going and see, but this is the transition, is that now you're on a whole new journey. You're starting as a Fool at the 0 point. And look, we have the sun in the background saying that you're going to be much happier. You have very little baggage that you have to carry with you. And you notice like the Fool is taking a leap of faith, because he doesn't know what's like, and he's not even really looking where he's going at this point. The dog will warn him, don't, you're walking off the cliff, you dummy. And he's got tattered sleeves saying that he's been on a cycle before. So it's not like it's not like when you start a new cycle as the Fool that you're totally innocent and starting from scratch. It's like taking what you've learned from the last cycle and applying it now to your life. And this is in transition. So this energy right here is definitely talking about you're going through a major transition. I'm going to finish the rest of the cards here, and then I'm going to talk about the full moon coming up, because there's a lot of information coming in here that I want to tell you, but I want to see first so that we can get, we're all okay, because the Hierophant is coming in, you see. So you see how the Hierophant's hand is in the same form of a blessing as here. So the Hierophant is bringing, this is saying that justice has already been, the judgment has already been made in spiritual court on the other side of the veil, on the spiritual side. So if you're a religious person, this Hierophant energy could represent like a religious leader, a cardinal, pope, bishop, that kind of gurus, that type of energy. If you're more a spiritual person, and this would then represent God himself, and you reach God through meditation and prayer and getting the information that way, and this is now coming down to earth, and there's going to be judgment in courts of law, and in law and order of the land. And this is saying here that this end of a cycle could be a blessing in disguise, and here it's saying it is a blessing in disguise. You've learned a lot from this situation. I feel that means that you're part of this Empress, like that this all of this that happened maybe propelled you into this Empress energy. And the next card we have is the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is saying that this action has already been launched on the spiritual realm. And if you think about, in the horoscope, we have the Sagittarius energy with the centaur, and he shoots his bow and arrow, and he shoots his arrows into the stars, and then they land, dunk, 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 like on target. And that's what this energy is saying, that it's already happening in the astral, and it's coming forward very quickly. You're going to start seeing this information, or whatever, this judgment and this justice is on its way right now from the spiritual into the physical realm. And oh, look at this. And it's because you stood up for, like, this is talking about you having to stand up to this energy coming in. And look at, we have that here as well. So this is talking, when you know what you know, then you are going to stand up. Like now you're like, you're not taking my lifestyle, you're not taking my pentacles, you're not taking my heart. I am going to stand up for myself. I have this offer coming through to me. I have all this potential to be this. I am going to stand up. Now that I know what I know, and I have conviction beyond a doubt, I am going to stand my ground. And so this is talking about this energy when you were victorious here. So that's like really wild energy, hey? And this could be talking about, there was 8 people that were taking this action. So that's quite a few people against one person. The good news is that it must have been worth their while. And we have here, like, this is talking, this person has gone to higher ground to fight for what's rightfully his and in his heart's desire. And this energy, he has a boot on one foot and a shoe on the other. And so sometimes this could represent just being in a real hurry because you had to rush out of the house and didn't even notice what shoes you put on. But quite often it can represent being caught in between those two worlds, straddling them. And so it's on its way, but you got to hang in there, and that's when this is talking about having that focus, making sure that you're focused. So the last card we have for the external forces is the Magician. Woohoo! So this is saying on your journey here, the very first card that you encounter after the Hierophant, this is saying after this judgment comes in, and you know what you know and you're willing to fight for it, now here comes your ability to do so. This is definitely an energetic upgrade, and the Magician says now you have infinite potential to the power of infinity and beyond. As above, so below. You can bring your thoughts, your desires, and turn them into matter and bring them down to earth to create a beautiful garden for yourself. You have all the tools that you need. You need to learn which tool to use and you know, which tool to use and how to use each of those tools to get the job done. Really, really good energy. This is talking about your career and reputation. So I feel like a big part of maybe this energy here, you might be someone who was a public figure and your reputation might have been damaged, but this is saying it's going to, you know, you are victorious in this situation, and this is just meant to be, basically. So this is really, really good energy. I mean, for the way it started here. If you're leaving the reading here, I'm just going to quickly talk about this full moon, and if you want to stick around for that. So the full moon is in the sign of Scorpio, and that's kind of in this position here. So this is, and Scorpio is opposing the energy of Taurus. And so Taurus energy, the sun is in Taurus right now. And so whatever sign is directly opposite you in the horoscope wheel, that is going to, that energy has that sign, and you share a lot of the same kind of factors to deal with when there's a new moon or a full moon in a specific sign. And the Taurus energy, it's like opposing the Scorpio energy. And so the Taurus energy is talking about all that is mine, and Scorpio is talking about all that is yours is mine. That's the energy that we're picking up here. So Taurus is about, you know, bringing material or thoughts into matter, that this energy as above, so below. And the Scorpio energy is all about transformation. So changing it. So this is about holding on to it, and this is about changing it. Well, changing it. Changing, in this case, feels like it's changing hands without your knowledge, basically. And so Taurus is about, definitely, Taurus energy, you're ruled by the element of earth. And so this, I forgot to mention, this can also represent real estate. So there could be some sort of, there's something going on here with that. And this is personal values and material goods, possessions, and security. That's what the Taurus energy is like. That's what Taurus energy wants. And that's opposing what the moon wants, because the moon is like, let's destroy it all and blow it up and then see what happens. Yeah, that's this energy, all right. And then your nemesis here. And this is talking about shared possessions. Well, who's he sharing? Whose possessions is he sharing, and with whom? That kind of energy. This is about change and also transformation. And I want to point out that the Empress is also ruled by Venus, just as Taurus energy is, and this energy is basically Taurus energy. So I feel this is definitely you showing up here. And you know, Taurus energy, when you think about the sign of Taurus, Taurus is like the second sign in the zodiac, and the first one is Aries, and that's a newborn infant coming in. Taurus would be more like the toddler, and toddlers are very lovable, and they like the simple things in life. You know, like you could buy a toddler a toy, and you'll find them crawling in the kitchen cupboards and pulling out all the pots and pans and banging on them. It's that kind of energy. Their happiness comes from some of the simple pleasures in life, and that's where the energy is dedicated towards. But the energy of the Scorpio is more complex, and they like to have a lot of change happening, and they like to see what, you know, how can we like take it apart and put it back together in a different way. And this full moon is making people really, this is something you need to be aware of. This full moon is going to be really pushing people to express their feelings. And so you have to be really careful here, because there's some legalities going on here, I would say. And and the full moon is actually this, the light is being shone on this full moon. The main thing that it is showing is if there's any conflict with sharing of time, money, energy, of the pentacle energy, basically. So yeah, you definitely have something going on here. I would say if you feel suspicious, I would look into it for sure. When I'm looking at this just here for legalities, this is definitely a sign, and that there's money missing, and there's a sign, and we have this this energy, something fishy going on. We have the energy here of the sabotage and the Hierophant coming in, and conviction beyond a doubt can sometimes mean like a prison sentence. So if they're caught, you know, so be careful. This energy, you know, I would say move in silence right now, and wait to see like what happens here. Look into it and wait to see what happens. I feel like there definitely is something fishy going on. We're going to take a look now at, I just want to clarify for those of you who want clarification. If you're leaving the reading now, please do give it a like and comment. Consider subscribing. It really helps me build my channel, and I appreciate it. And for those of you who want more clarification, let's go here. We're going to use my Oracle, Tales from the Vector. And I'm just tuning in here, and we're going to see what all is this about for Taurus. What else can we learn from this full moon coming up? Wow, what a situation. And it's so clear, really, but I feel we'll get a little more clarification here. So my Oracle is something I started back in 2007. I completed 64 paintings in 2020. I'm an artist, so I had a lot of fun doing it. But it's from the Intergalactic Federation of Light, and a lot of the paintings were very large. 3 foot by 4 foot, about 30 of them, and very detailed paintings, so they took quite some time. I had a lot of fun doing it. I have a website, talesfromthevector.com, and I will, in the description box below, I will put in the gallery, I have all 64 paintings, so you can take a look at them if you want. And I will have the cards as they appear here, in the order they appear, written down for you, so you can check out which paintings to take a look at. So we have the Hierophant coming in here. So it's saying, yes, this is highly in your favor to happen. But this Hierophant energy is cleaning the shift up. But this is also saying that this could be very public, whatever happens here. Like it could be like on the news public if it's enough money. And I feel like, I don't know, it feels like if there's a lot of people involved, I do feel that this Empress energy is representing the Taurus energy, but we'll get a little bit more clarity as we go here. We have manifestation. So this is talking about being able to manifest these pentacles, some sort of energy coming in with that. And that's coming from the sacral chakra. And I feel like the information might be that your lover was manifesting, and maybe it was with you because they wanted to take your money, basically. And they might have a lover on the side that they were in cohorts with. And that could be this Empress energy that thought up the whole plan. That would be an Empress in reverse for sure. But we'll see. We're going to see what happens. So this energy of the Hermit is talking about like when we have a dark night of the soul such as this, that you know, going to God. And the Hermit climbs the mountain after a dark night of the soul to isolate themselves. And this can also represent an energy that you were isolated. The Hermit climbs the mountain so that they can talk to God, and through prayer and meditation. And this energy, when his lantern is full of the light of the North Star, his destined path, he comes down from the mountain and he takes action. And I feel like when you were down here, like this is talking about someone that might not get back up again. And it took a lot of courage and strength to get back up. And this is like a real calculated effort, like there was a lot of action taken in your career and reputation area. And this was to like ruin your reputation in that so that they could get away with this, I feel. Falling and failing in love is a matter of I. Yeah, I feel like definitely you need to, you opened your heart up to someone that was maybe his intention or her intention was to sneak this money away from you right from the very beginning. So it's that type of energy, and they came in as a lover, like as if, they were interested in you, but they were interested in your money, and they might have had a lover on the side that was in cohorts with them. We have the hangman energy here. So the hangman is very similar to this hermit energy. It's when the hermit hangs from the tree of knowledge, and he's hanging upside down so that he can get a different perspective and take a look at and get a different angle on what's happening around him. Because I feel like you were suspicious here, and but you didn't really know, and who, like, it's kind of like an energy of who would have thought that this person would do this. Like, they didn't seem, you thought maybe there was something fishy, but you didn't think it was like this bad. It's that kind of energy. And then we have the magician. So when you make this decision, because I feel like you made a decision to let this person go, that you recognize, like, hey, my spidey sense is telling me that this is not good, and there's more to it than I need. And maybe at that point, when you did that, that's when you went maybe to someone, a lawyer or whatever, or maybe you did an audit on your company or that kind of energy and caught something. Could be having to do with that, because this is talking about like walking away from this person is what is made the rest of this journey possible, like for it to shift in this way. And we have the Scorpio energy coming in on this Page of Cups energy. Now, I just want to point out, when I have horoscope signs coming in, my goal is not to point out an individual. This is talking about the individual signs and what can we learn from them. As I said at the beginning of this reading, we have a little bit of the signs in all of us somewhere. Like, if we don't have all of them, we have most of them. And we can learn from this energy. Like, Scorpio at its best is, when they kaboom things, they make it better for you and for them and for everyone. But sometimes it's more about conquering. So this and quite often, like, they're considered the sexual gladiator of the horoscope. So they have a very high sex drive quite often, and that kind of energy. So it could have, I feel like definitely this is someone that was in that energy. The need to be right. So the need to be right is talking about a karmic space that we can fall into, where like, you might have been in a position where your instinct was telling you there's something wrong, but because you chose them or because they were in your life and they were already there, you were like, no, I have to be right about this. There's no way I could be that wrong about this person. And they might have a lot of really good qualities also, and you might have really enjoyed their time and their energy together. So this is talking about, it's about, sometimes we can be in a place where we feel like, no, I have to be right. And we make molehills out of mountains. And sometimes we can get into the energy where there is good reason for the way we're feeling. And so that's the energy that is coming through. Also, we have this energy of destruction. Oh, look at that. That's exactly what this moon is about. The Scorpio moon is about. And it's about progress and motion. I feel like this energy is talking that there could have been someone else involved, and it might be someone I don't know. Like, it's a tactic that was used against you to put you into this energy. So it might have been someone in your inner circle, or someone that knows you well enough or had something to do with your business, as well. And they, because maybe this lover, didn't have, he just was someone that, he was your lover, but he wasn't working as an employee or whatever. But maybe someone in your, if it was your family business or something like that, was having something to do with this. Like it's almost feeling like it's like it's someone that you know and that you trusted, that you looked at as being good at business or whatever, or that they at least had good intentions towards your business, and that they may have been involved as well, and they may have actually been also physically involved with your partner. And then we have, they might have intent. So this, this energy is talking about the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And so you might have felt like sometimes you questioned what they were doing, but you felt like, wow, they have good intentions. Maybe not actually. And, destruction is the whole Scorpio moon thing, blowing shift up and then seeing how can you put it back together? How does it look now? And we have foolish expectations. So when you start on this journey, I'm not saying that, this is talking about moving out of this energy of having this last cycle you were on. And their foolish expectations, I feel, are definitely being highlighted, that they thought that they were going to get away with this. Expectations create limitations. So it's an energy like they may have gotten away with it for quite some time, and but eventually it's caught, and the truth eventually comes out and it's caught up with them. We also have this Aries energy here. So we were talking a little bit about that, Aries energy being the infant and that, but also there was a lot of planets that moved into the sign of Aries in the last while, basically, and in particular towards the beginning of, the end of February, middle of February to the end of, or to the middle of well, pretty much a lot of April, a lot of March. These planets were all moving in, and then Venus moved into, on March 6th, Venus moved into the sign of Aries as well. So at one point there was 6 planets sitting in Aries, and then the new moon that we just had was in Aries as well. So the Aries energy is about that energy of brand new coming in and shaking shift up quite a bit. And also at the same time we have, well, just in a couple days from from when I'm doing this reading now, it's what, I think the 22nd or 23rd it'll be out. And so this energy is talking about, in a couple days, Uranus is moving into Gemini. And this is happens every 7 or 8 years. And the last time Uranus moved into Gemini was in between 1941 and 1949. So there's all that, energy of the Second World War actually at that time. So this is like, we're in some really different energy on the planet right now as it is. A lot of those signs moving into Aries, and the new moon was in, that was on the 17th, that was in the sign of Aries. So a lot of that Aries energy, and it's ruled by Mars, so it's a lot more aggressive, kind of energy. And then this is talking about the moon. So I feel like what this is saying, the sign of Cancer then is the 4th sign, and this would be like prepubescent young girls, adolescent girls that are beginning their cycles. And there's a lot of hormones raging. And they, if you've ever been an adolescent girl, or you've raised adolescent girls, or possibly if you've dated adolescent girls, their emotions are up and down. And because they haven't any practice yet in dealing with all these raging hormones. And this is talking about, like, you could be really emotional. So just be aware of that. And you don't want to be like, you want to express yourself, but you want to be careful not to go crazy here with, like, you might be really, really angry. And the other thing is, I'm getting that if some information came into you, you want to keep that to yourself and to your lawyers, because you don't want them to be able to make some moves here to hide what they've done. And if there's fraud in that involved, then definitely there's something going on here. And then we have this energy coming in of degradation. So yeah, you might also be feeling embarrassed a lot when you find out what's really gone on. And I just want to say to you, they went out of their way to degrade your energy, and it was calculated. And I don't feel this is the first time that they've done this before. This is like Bonnie and Clyde kind of energy, you know. And so just recognize that if that there's not, like, I mean, you know what you know now, but you didn't know it back then. As soon as you knew what you knew, then you stood on your convictions. So the shame really belongs to them. They're the ones that were in the background doing this. And so just keep that in mind, because you may be feeling very emotional. And I feel like it's about the scotoma. So scotoma is basically when you can't see something that it seems like everybody else knew but you. And then it also brings up, like, who else was involved in this situation that knew about it. And they might not have been directly involved, but they knew it was going on and they didn't tell you. Like, wow. That's worse almost than the karma for them is going to be very harsh, because the people that are doing this, that are involved in this, are clearly not right in the head, you know, this energy here. And the people that just sat back and watched and allowed this to happen, they're going to get hit really hard with karma. Everything that happened to you is going to be hit. The karma is going to be extensive, similar to what you went. They'll learn what you went through the hard way also. So this is like the not the most pleasant of readings, but it's good because it is talking about justice coming through and this energy improving for you. And it's already in the way. Hi, Stella. It's okay. So thank you for your time and energy. Please give this a like and comment if you feel you've benefited from it. And also consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps my algorithm, and I would be honored if you did so. I will be back with another reading for you soon. Bye for now, Taurus.